Hello everyone, today we have a story about New Year's Eve 2016. My girlfriend, brother and I were hanging out, getting ready to host a party. We went out and got food and alcohol. While we were waiting for people to arrive, I decided to lounge for a bit on these hammocks that were in the courtyard of my apartment building. Both of them followed me out. There were two oversized hammocks, so I expected my GF to get in mine with me. Nope, she got into my brother's hammock with him. Obviously that annoyed me a bit, especially considering that she didn't know him very well. I was not cool with that. Anyway, I brushed it off and decided that I'd talk to her about it after the party. Our friends showed up, we drank and hung out. Fast forward to the end of the party, and it was getting late, so our friends started going home. It was just me, my brother, and my GF still in my apartment. All of a sudden, I started to feel really tired and loopy, which was weird because I only had a couple drinks. I tell my girlfriend that I'm going to lay down because I didn't feel too good. I remember my GF telling me that she was going to have another drink and then come to bed. I stumbled to my room and fell asleep for a while, not too certain for how long, but definitely under an hour. I woke up extremely groggy, room spinning. I was curious where my GF was, so I go out into the living room and she's on my brother's lap making out with him. I told them both to get out of my apartment, and I passed out in my bedroom. It wasn't until later that I connected the dots. The first time I brought my GF home to my place, I passed out in a similar way, after only a couple drinks. I used to joke around with her about how she roofied me on our first date. She of course didn't find funny. After that incident, I'm fairly certain that she drugged me and tried to sleep with my brother. Anyway, I broke up with her when I woke up the next morning, and I haven't talked to my brother in years. Me and my brother grew up together. We were only 1 year apart, completely inseparable up until that point. Still haunts me a little to this day. The following tell. Another guy here also got roofied once. Definitely didn't grab the wrong drink, so it was intentional at me. I was shocked at how completely out of it I was to the point I couldn't ask for help. Instead, instinct kicked in and I GTFO there. I lived about a 30-minute walk away and I was able to move quickly in and out of semi-consciousness until it was too much, and I collapsed in a dim-lit parking lot. Ended up laying there for a few hours until about 5 a.m. with my phone vibrating and tons of missed texts. I was groggy, messed up, but just awake enough to see when the cops pulled up, flashed a light on my face and loudly said, "He's trashed, fucking leave that pass there," and drove off laughing. Woke up and came to when a taxi driver noticed me, came to check on me and gave me a ride. Wasn't SAED in the end since I GTFO of the place so quick, went back and tried to get camera footage or any kind of info from bartenders, and even filed a PR, but nah. I'm a man, so it must be just been all made up and boys will be boys. The following tell. I'm definitely underselling my anger. I was pissed. One thing I didn't mention is that she was only my GF for about 6 months. So I wanted to see where this went. I didn't want to take this relationship to the next level and end up get cheated on in the future. So I kind of cautiously observed the hammock situation. She was already on the chopping block as far as I was concerned, unless she had a valid excuse, which I can't really think of. But I also knew that I don't usually make rational decisions when I'm in that state of mind. Blowing up on them could have landed me into some trouble potentially. Either way, collecting my thoughts and bringing it up later seemed like the best thing to do at the time. As others have mentioned, they both showed me their true colors later on in the night. Don't give a shit about her anymore, but my brother was my closest friend. That bummed me out for sure. The following tell. I worked with a senior consultant on a project while I was a junior. He was new to our company but older, with about 15 years experience. I didn't know any better at the time, but he would present all our documents to the clients while we were in meetings with them as if he had written them when really I had. This became very clear to the clients when I was off on vacation for a week and literally nothing got turned in and he was unable to answer any questions on the work we had already done. He basically pretended to be doing other work and had assigned everything to me and was passing it off as a group effort. He also used to talk about how we should take all the work product and negotiate with the client to work as contractors, cutting out the consultancy company. I kept telling him no, that we'd be sued into oblivion because everything we did was the company's property. Well, he got fired for apparently using our hub system to access the cell numbers of some women at the company and call them at home to ask them out. He then started bombarding me with texts asking for the passwords to all the work and for me to send everything to him. I said no and he threatened me and told me he would ruin my reputation. This lasted for about 9 hours and about 100 messages. Thanks for watching, come back again.